because I know with George Floyd, even with Trayvon Martin, like it just catapulted into this national, even global movement. And with Tyrese West, I had no idea. Let's get into it.
I'm finna do a documentary about my son that was killed.
Foundations of our policing system, because it reflects that society, because it reflects that criminal justice system, is also deeply racist.
Psycho is a critical breakdown of the American judicial system and what happens when African-American men and women are unjustly killed by law enforcement. And it's told to you through the lens of Tyrese West and the West family.
But also how Tyrese represents all of the victims of police brutality that don't go viral and don't become hashtags is an examination of how the cycle of police violence in the United States is able to perpetuate in the way that it does with such ease.
When I seen Tyrese's picture come down my timeline, it was just instant heartbreak. I wanted to make sure that this story would not go unheard.
This incident actually happened around Juneteenth weekend celebration about 6 years ago. Why do you think that when it happened, that it didn't pick up on a national level?
Well, one thing that people need to realize about Racine, this place is meant to be looked at as just like this beautiful place up north where these things don't happen. You live in this small town and yeah, something can happen to Tyrese, but it doesn't even make the local paper the next day. And that's being covered up. It's things like that where it's the relationships that people are scared to step over in their boundaries. And I think that's what has kept this story, you know, under the rug.
Exposed.
Me being the person that I am, I understood that my life ain't in their hands. And by me having the same last name as the police chief, I was going to use that as leverage. Most of the people in my community, that's the one thing that they're afraid of. They don't want to challenge authority. They don't want to challenge the police. I said a lot of that has to do with it. Is just that, you know, that fear that black people have naturally of just that retaliation from the police or the government against them for standing up for something right.